Hey guys, Videos like here. As you can see, I'm actually standing today if my chair is sitting there. It's because I am doing a little bit of a chemistry experiment here. Just, seeing how things react when you put them on. Now, these are the chemicals that you don't want to put onto your TPE doll because it tends to have a bad reaction. But of course, I've only seen these reactions on video, a couple, maybe at least once, but some of these I actually haven't seen on video, but I do know that they're bad for the material, which is why I'm making this in the first place. Now, I had been planning on making this video, I would say, for at least 6 months, but of course, I never had the chance to make it because I never had any excess material, and I didn't want to have to pay for any more excess material. But of course, when I got rid of my love doll, that all changed. And as you can see, I'm using some of the material that I've saved from the dismantling of my TPE love doll. And we've got these 3 chemicals here. We have got a solvent. Now this, as you can see, is a solvent that I'm using. You do not have to use this brand of solvents, or you don't really have to use any of these brands in general that I have sitting here for what I'm going to use them for. Because any type of solvents, rubbing alcohol, and bleach, any type of that is bad for the TPE material. Now, of course, when doing stuff like this, you might want a pair of chemical gloves, which I have right here. You also might want a face mask, or you might want some eyeglasses or eye protection, but your glasses will do just fine, usually, since your glasses actually have a ratio for them, where they can actually take some impact. So these glasses will do just fine. Plus, it's not like I haven't been around these types of chemicals before. I work with solvents all the time. If you ever get any solvent on you, all you have to do is either, if you don't have very much solvent that's gone onto your hand or something, all you have to do is just take a cloth and just wipe it off dry, and it'll be just fine. Or what you can do, like if you get solvent on you, is just wash it off with some soap and water. And then once you do that, you're good with solvents. So again, if you get solvent on you, just wash it off. Anyway, so I'm going to take this cap off here. Here, I'll take these off first, because this is a fresh cap here. It might take a moment to take it off. Alright, so that cap is off. Put my gloves back on. Oh, I can smell it from here. But I'm actually used to smelling solvents at work, so it's not very strong for me, but if you're smelling this, it would probably make you go nuts. So let's see how this works here. Alright, I just put a little bit on there. Not too much. I'll just leave that there. Put the cap back on. It's getting a bit all over the table here. So here, let's see. I'll leave that for a moment. Here, actually, it's starting to go everywhere. I'll be right back. I'll get a towel. All this fucking trash around here, I swear. Luckily, I got a white towel nearby. I'll, of course, be wiping this towel clean a bit later on. Wipe the bottom off. Wipe the bottom off of this. Okay. Now, as you can see, not much is really going on with it right now. I'm going to dip it in there a little more. There's a little bit of solvent on the plate there. Now, what solvents do is that whatever they are on, anything that is together, let's say, in this case, there's plastic mixed with rubber with TPE. And what that will do with that is that when the TPE, or should I say the rubber and the plastic are like this, that solvent is slowly but surely doing this to it. It's disconnecting that material from each other. and it's going to make it go back to its base components. Now, as you can see, not much is really happening at the moment. So I'm just going to move on from that and just let that sit. And then, of course, we got the rubbing alcohol here. I'll put this aside for now. Now, what rubbing alcohol generally does is that when you put it on something like this, it will kind of scratch it on the surface. It'll make kind of scratches. Of course, that tends to take a few minutes. I'll rub it in there a bit. Okay, I'll let that sit. Now we'll take the bleach. You do not want to do this with your TPE doll, by the way. Nope. That's enough right there. Now, some people say to get rid of your stains on your TPE doll to use bleach. Well, I would highly recommend not to do that. Oh, it'll get rid of the stain all right, but it'll also get rid of your skin color and a couple other things, etc. It'll also damage the material. So you do not want that. Yeah, that smells just so great. Smells. I can smell that bleach, that's for damn sure. Yeah, let's kind of move it around in that liquid there. Okay, let's take a look back at this. I can see that the solvent has gotten rid of some of the stain on it, actually. And it's gotten a little bit soft in some areas around the corners. I can see that it's starting to decompose the material here just a bit, not very much, but I can see that the areas that it's been on enough that it's starting to kind of get a little soft with the solvent here. So this here, I'm going to check real quick. Yeah, not too much going on at the moment. I can see maybe one, actually, there's one tear right there. It's starting to form right there. Just one, but it's not very big, but I can feel it and I can see it a bit. No. Good thing I got the towel here. Let's see the bleach here. I mean, not really any discoloration just yet. Actually, this bomb side has gotten a little bit wider since it was on the bottom for a moment. It's gotten a little bit wider. I can see it starting, I guess. Yeah, it's a little wider than it was. A little less pink. Ugh. I think it's funny how many people are worried about doing flash fires with the solvent because, I mean, unless there's like an open flame around or sparks around, you really don't have to worry about, catching fires with solvents. It's flammable substance, but you really don't have to worry about it that much. Unless there's an open flame, like I said. So, I'm going to give it another moment here. I don't want to make this video too long because I know you guys don't want to be just sitting there. Let's see. I'm kind of moving it around. The solvent is driving up a bit on its own. I think the TPE material is actually soaking up some of the solvent here. Kind of like a sponge. Because, this material's, obviously, it absorbs things. But other than the fact that it's gone kind of softer, not really too much of a difference. It's almost getting to the point actually where I could literally put my thumb through it and break through the material actually, now that I notice it actually. So the material's definitely gotten weaker. Let's look at the, now it looks like of course the material for the rubbing alcohol is basically almost the same. I don't see any more scratches at the moment. Let's see. Because yeah, the TPE material for this one feels the same. It's just that one scratch for now. Okay, the bleach. And of course the stains in the neck are not gone, but it's making the material a bit wider on the outside of it. The inside is still basically the same, obviously. Okay. It's not, and it's also not absorbing the bleach, as I can see. It's not absorbing it at all. The bleach is just still kind of sitting there on the top of the plate. And it absorbed this over here. I think it might have absorbed maybe a little bit of the alcohol, as I can see. Let's see. So, yeah, I'll give it another couple minutes here. And of course, this is real time. You know, not edited. And of course, I see that almost all the solvent is now absorbed by the TPE that I put on here. Yeah, it feels kind of soft now. I could, look at that, I can damn near punch through it with my thumb. Oh, so close. It's gone kind of softer though. I think if I put a little more solvent on there, it might do the trick and I might be able to punch through it easily with my thumb. But I see all that solvent has been sucked up. And it's probably evaporated a bit too. Because I know how solvent is. Let's see. So, I can see that with the rubbing alcohol, it's gotten a little bit worse on the surface of it, at least. I got another scratch right there. It's got another scratch right there now. So that's, let's see. I'd say that's at least 2 scratches now that the rubbing alcohol has done so far. Yeah, this shit's really starting to smell. But it's a good thing I'm used to it. I'm around a lot of chemicals at work. I'm sure that Eric's going to be smelling old. My brother's going to be smelling all this when he gets back home tonight. And yeah, that TPE is not really absorbing that bleach. I think this has gone just a tad softer too. So, I mean, it looks like the thing that's been affected the least so far, I'm just going to try and wrap it up here for you guys, is the rubbing alcohol so far. I mean, when I do this with it, when I squeeze it, it feels the same as it did before, but it does have a few scratches on it now that weren't there before. So, yeah, like they say, don't put rubbing alcohol on with TPE or even silicone, by the way. And like I said, this definitely gotten softer. It's pretty much absorbed all of the solvent here. And now it's almost starting to look a bit dry, actually. And it's gone quite a bit softer. It's at least a couple times softer than it was before with the solvent here. And so I would say the solvent is definitely affecting it the most. I don't really see any discoloration from before. Of course, the most discoloration I see is from the bleach here. So in a way, that's kind of affected it the most, and it's gotten a little bit softer. So yeah, you definitely don't want to put bleach on your TPE doll material either. But I would say that just about does it. I was hoping to see a little more reaction, actually. I was actually expecting a little more, but what can you say? The results speak for themselves, and that's, of course, part of the reason why I make these videos. So, like I said, I'll go over it one more time. I would say, yeah, man, definitely don't use any of these, for one. Two, it looks like this is definitely affecting the base material the most. And this, of course, with the discoloration the most. Now, of course, the rubbing alcohol isn't all that bad, so it looks like you can probably put actually a little bit of rubbing alcohol on your love doll, and it would probably be okay if it's just a little bit of rubbing alcohol, but I, of course, wouldn't make a habit of putting rubbing alcohol on your doll, obviously. So anyway, with that being said, I guess I'll just end the video here, let you guys watch it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.